Quality learning design matters because we care about what we do. At Curio, myself and my colleagues almost all have backgrounds in higher education. We're educators and we care about learning, so it's the reason behind what we do. We know our approach works best because of the excellent feedback that we get from the clients and the institutions that partner with us, and the excellent feedback that students give them on the courses we create.
So for us, learner centricity means putting the student at the centre of everything you design. We think about doing that via a backwards learning design approach. So we start at the end and we design through to the beginning, always with the student at the centre.
Some of the design principles that we apply in our practice as learning designers at Curio are to really enable active learning. So that's to make sure that, of course, learners acquire information, but then they have an opportunity to practice that information through, for example, discussion, through investigation, through creation of something that applies their learning. Neuroscience is in our DNA at Curio. Our founder David Bowser is a professor in neuroscience at the University of Melbourne. So as well as creating learning that's informed by solid design principles, we also apply our understanding of neuroscience to the courses we create. That means recognizing that learners do need to apply the knowledge that they've learned. It means that we need to recall learners' knowledge, and we also can use what we know about neuroscience to create courses that use, for example, strong narrative and storytelling to engage learners.
So if we're thinking about neuroscience, a lot of students will go through a course engaging with it in a very assimilative way, so thinking about reading, watching or listening. But what we also think is very important is having an activity-based experience in there. So giving them something to do, giving them something to experience and get their hands on.
Communities of online learning give us a real opportunity to ensure that learners learn from one another. People come to a course with their own professional backgrounds, their own experiences, and if we can encourage people to share their background, share their practice, and then collaborate within asynchronous tasks, we can create a social learning experience.
So we believe it's really important for students to engage in self-reflection. It allows them to develop their self-awareness and their autonomy. In our learning design experiences, we'll do that by creating reflective tasks such as journaling or reflective discussion. And in tackling those types of tasks, students really get to close that learning loop.
By having a really clearly articulated process, it allows for clear milestones and stages. That allows us to track the process of a course, making sure that it progresses smoothly and that everyone knows what they need to be doing at each time. We follow a design thinking process and methodology that begins with discovery, thinking about who the learners are, what the learning outcomes are, what existing materials exist, if any. And then we move on to define the blueprint, what the course will look like at a high level. From define, we move to developing the course itself through storyboarding, through collaboration with the subject matter experts. And then we deliver the course in platform with a showcase at the end of the project to bring the team together.
So at Curio, the key stages of our learning experience process, it's broken down into kind of like an agile framework. So we go through a period of blueprinting, ideation, we go through periods of development and design, and then we go through reviewing and refining, and it kind of goes through a cycle through that process. At the heart of our approach, we take an iterative learning design approach. So that means breaking the learning down into smaller chunks. We include a lot of multimedia in our courses, in our storyboarding process, and that's really how we try and centre our approach.
Media production is a really important part of the develop stage. We've got our visual designers who are experts in crafting beautiful and engaging visual materials. We have our in-house video production team who produce interactive and engaging videos, often with industry partners who can bring that commercial perspective into a course. We ensure quality in this process really by starting with an exceptional team of learning designers who are highly trained, highly skilled and highly passionate about what we do. And at the more structural level, we have clear stage gates of quality assurance in which both ourselves and the institutions that we work with review materials and ensure alignment. If taking a course is a journey, so too is creating a course with Curio. We are highly collaborative, we partner with those that we work with, and we work in a team. We value ideas, we exchange ideas to really create something special.
We're looking forward to partnering with institutions that are just as excited as we are about learning and development in the changing world.